folks, and welcome to another episode of Pinal Prep Spotlight, brought to you by 911 Air Repair, your local air conditioning expert specializing in maintenance, repair, and new installations. This is our last show for the regular season. Next week we will be talking all the madness that comes with Pinal County postseason when it comes to basketball. It'll be kind of a hybrid week, as some of our bigger schools will still be in the regular season. But going back to this week, talking about regular season finale for our small schools. Our game of the week is Gilbert Christian at ALA Ironwood. This is going to be the regular season finale for both teams. This is a Thursday game. And David, just what are you thinking about this Warriors team right now?
I'm thinking that everything helps them, and if they have to perform in these last couple of games, especially in the Gilbert Christian one. But before they even get to that Gilbert Christian game, they got to go up against Benjamin Franklin, who's currently the number 2 team in 3A. So this is going to be a really tough stretch for them. They're in kind of a tough spot right now. They've lost 3 straight. The last time they played Gilbert Christian, they lost 49-60. So this is a really important game for them, and they're on their home floor. Things are going to be different for them. They have to perform in this instance. So, with this kind of performance here, they just need to, stick to their guys that have been doing it for them this whole year. I look at Zach Jiggins, who's had a really solid senior season. He has been with them for a very long time. It was kind of under the radar given all the other seniors that have come through this program, but now it's his time to shine, and he's done it so far. He's averaging just under 15 points a game. His, a senior running mate in Curtis Copeland has done a solid job, averaging about 10 points a game. And, they've had some really good performances from some younger classmen, like TJ Smith, who's a freshman. He's still coming off the bench for them, I believe, but he's still been kind of the next guy up for them as they move forward. So this is a really important stretch for ALA if they want to get into the playoffs. They are fairly safe given the state, given the Copper State Championship, the open bracket for the small schools. So, but anything helps them at this point, because especially when it comes to seeding, because that can be a minefield in itself. So I think ALA really, the game plan for them is to just ball out, win as much as they can, and see what happens after that. Because, winning will only help them. Losing might kind of hurt them in that stance. But they've had a really tough season. They have some growing pains that they've gone through with a revamp of the roster and everything like that. So I think the goal for them is just to continue to, do as much as they can with these last 2 games, especially on their home floor for their final home game against Gilbert Christian.
David kind of hit the nail on the head here. 2 games left for them, going up against number 2, Ben Franklin, and then a top 10 ranked team in Gilbert Christian. Because nobody understands what the AIA does, much less how this open works, you really don't want to leave anything to chance. Because they are ranked number 22, a win here, however possible, what am I trying to say here? A win here, although it might be difficult, but crazier things have happened. A win here really helps them. If they lose, you really don't want to lose anything. You really don't want to leave anything to chance. Being number 22, having all these other teams under you could potentially, bump up and go into that top 24 spot. A win only here solidifies their chances. You want to be in the top 24 regardless of how things turn out, because you just never know what else is going to happen around with all these other teams. So, it's a hard ask for them going up against these 2 teams. Gilbert Christian, they played against each other a couple weeks ago. Gilbert Christian won that one 60-49. So I really don't know. We've talked about ALA Ironwood and how they kind of become a staple in Pinal County basketball when it comes to that success rate. This year has been tough for them. But I feel like, given their history and everything, I feel like these guys can pull it off some way. It's just a matter of what that path will look like for them. David, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I think you made a good point here. This team can get hot, and when they're hot, they're hard to stop. Last year they were in the debut of the Copper State Championship. They upset Benjamin Franklin in that game last year. So when this team, when they know they have to perform, they usually are able to do that. So I would not put anything past the team. I think an upset is in the cards for them. It just comes down to, does the team show up and does the team perform when they have to? And that's going to come down to it. Can they perform when the lights are brightest? And they've done it before. Can they do it again one more time? We'll have to wait and see when this game happens.
As always, be sure to check out Pinal Central for all of your local sports coverage and see how this game turns out.